Okay, so here we are in Fallout 76 once again. Got some cool new threads on, and they're called Pipers. Press cap, red goggles, and trench coat. Okay, number one, who the hell is Piper? This character has no idea who Piper is because she hasn't even been born yet in the Fallout continuity. I just killed someone and took their clothing, which is pretty standard in Fallout, but yeah, that's a very interesting name for this. Who's Piper? Can someone let me know? Anyways, so I have this combat shotgun. Here it is. Looks pretty cool, right? Nothing too fancy about this. Pretty stock standard. I looted it from a Scorch Corpse in Harper's Ferry, and as luck would have it, it boosted the condition up above 100%. So that's nice. But what if I told you that the Republic is now under the control of the Dark? I mean, what if I told you you could actually turn this shotgun into a sniper? Well, it's a very, very easy procedure. All you need to do is go on a workbench and get to work. Now, if you don't have the correct parts here, just go ahead and kill some random ass scorched things, and it'll drop the parts if you scrap the combat shotguns. You'll have everything you need without having to buy the esoteric plans in the vendors, if there are any, like for, I guess, night vision scopes, which are kind of pointless. But anyway, so what you want to do with the receivers is go any automatic receiver. So powerful auto gives us the best damage, so we'll do that. And you'll notice how that actually reduces the range significantly. If you want slightly more accuracy and critical damage, you can go for a regular one. But yeah, we've gone from 36 to 24. And we've also got a short barrel, so our range is going to be further limited by that. We can tighten up hipfire accuracy a little bit if we chuck on the true short barrel there. And for the stock, we can tighten up that hipfire accuracy even more, giving us a nice 44 accuracy with a true stock. Looks very compact, looks kind of silly, but we'll roll with it. And I get the best damage. This isn't really necessary. But we can go and grab the perforating magazine for some nice armor penetration. Sights don't really matter. We'll go for a short scope because this thing's going to be a sniper, damn it. That'll boost the accuracy, you see, but not the range. Now, the most important thing here, along with the short barrel, is a suppressor. What that'll do, that'll actually push your range to negatives. So it has some interesting gameplay consequences, but yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at right now. It's you've basically turned a shotgun into a sniper at this point. We can chuck some Free States paint on it if we want. That'll stop us from scrapping it right away, so let's not waste the oil because this thing, it ain't gonna be lasting forever. So let's go ahead and see what this kind of effect does on the gameplay. Okay, so here we are outside of Milk Drinker's HQ. Here's my standard shotgun, 291 damage. It's not terrible. And here is the build that I'm going for. Digest it, eat it quickly. Go away, phone. I don't need your Discord notifications. Now, when you've got a range of -6, the algorithms for calculating VAT's hit chance, it goes a little bit on the weird side. So, as you can tell, I've got a 95% chance to hit the torso from all the way back here. And before I actually start shooting, if you're going to get cross at me for breaking the game, Bethesda do it every patch, so honestly, this one's fair game. So we'll get started on whatever super mutant we'll find, and despite from being back here, as you can tell, we're doing pretty respectable damage, what we are actually able to hit from back here. I hit that one on the arm and his bomb blew up. But as you can tell, if I'm not using VATS, this thing ain't worth shit, except for using it for the Enforcer perk, which we'll get to later, because that's the real utility with this thing, you see. Unfortunately, we don't have adrenaline to bolster our damage, so what you are seeing now is exactly the maximum that you're going to get. And yeah, don't even bother targeting outside of VATS, because all of those projectiles hitting at once in VATS seems to, I guess, exaggerate the damage a little bit. And when you're through with these guys, you can tell that this is a little bit more powerful than what Bethesda probably want out of shotguns. And let me just bring up the fact that this is just a standard combat shotgun that you could get. The parts might take some time to actually gather from scrapping the individual combat shotguns to get it, but there's no grind for this, and I just took out a bunch of super mutants that easy. Granted, it was a little bit slow, but again, this is a non-legendary weapon. Compared to the amount of farming it'd take to grab one of these things, all of the RNG nonsense you have to deal with, I mean, it's a pretty cost-effective thing, and if you're going for a shotgunner build and are building one up, these things are available from level 40-ish, I think. So, you know, you could probably cobble that together and just use it just for leveling up. But yeah, that's kind of it for this one. But I've also got a bloodied explosive one, and we can do a lot more damage with this thing. As you can tell, the range is still -6. It's got slightly different attachments because I couldn't be bothered replacing a scope on this thing with the reflex sight. But yeah, this thing can, you know, increase your damage so much more. It's kind of insane. Are we sure about that one, Bethesda? So when we have all of the brokenness of a normal combat shotgun with -6 range with a platform of a BE combat shotgun, well, the game gets a little bit easy. And honestly, I'm thinking that this, I guess, effect can be used by basically any build there is. If you want to just use simply one rank of Enforcer, you've got at least a maximum of 14 you can use other than Enforcer. But yeah, you can just cripple stuff from ages away, and you can lock on and hit anything that you want, including a Mirelurk Queen. Now, she's a little bit more resistant to the face shots apparently, but she is crippled, which is nice. We'll get rid of her spouts because I don't want her hucking loogies at me. Just go for the legs. The Mirelurk Queen takes the same amount of damage in the legs and the head. And you can also stagger her, cripple the limbs there, and do all that. And again, if I go ahead and shoot them outside of that, obviously this thing is going to be punching a lot harder. But it's significantly, I guess, diminished as compared to what you can get as a VATS user with this thing. Also, I'll take all of that useful scrap. That's a nice drop, nice random encounter. I'm glad I didn't have to encounter any robots there. But here's where the thing really gets going, when you see all of these dudes, all of these Scorch dudes, and the giant apocalypse bats in the background. Now, unfortunately, the biggest, baddest fat bat that you can encounter in this game is immune to this, but if you really just want to mess up a Scorch beast's life, you can just shoot it. We'll find the wings, and instantly crippled. Other wing, couple of whiffs here and there, but it's also crippled now, so that's kind of it. And we don't have to get nice and close to it to deal with it at all. We'll just find the noggin, and we'll start blasting. What are you looking at? Alright, show's over. That's kind of it. If you want to try this out, go ahead. Something... Oh, I probably shouldn't have posted this when there's a mass dupe going on. Everyone will be passing around BE combat shotguns trying to do this and try this out, but... Oh well, you make your own fun, right? Anyways, that's it for me. Oh, that's T45. Yeah, I could grab that so I can paint it with the new stuff and show you, because I plan on doing something with the legendary run that not a lot of other players would do. So anyways, we'll take this outfit of someone who's not yet born, and we'll go and call a video there. Thank you for watching, guys.